So today we are starting a soap series that is awesome and is all of the awesomeness in fangirling that the Soaprentice could possibly come up with ever for her most ever favorite movie ever. Like ever. She's obsessed. Like obsessed to the nth degree. And she made a whole bunch of soaps to show how obsessed she is. And I didn't make any of them, although I was supposed to make this one, and I didn't. So we're going to show you what this first one is and talk a little bit more about it, in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 12 of 365 days of soap, part 2. Not gonna stop saying year 2 yet. It's just not happening, because it still doesn't feel real to me. And today, we are starting an awesome passion project, because we love themes, just across the board. We've done some really cool themes. And this is when the pontoon actually really starts to make sense, because all of the artwork on the walls, which you will watch shift and change, because we can, represents our geekdom in some way. And so it's very important to us. And this is actually something that's also, this series, like the subject matter, is also something that is within the pontoon to represent as part of the geekdom. It's the yellow worm. So we're making Labyrinth soaps today, and again, specifically the Soaprentice is, because she loves Labyrinth more than anything in the world. And also, she made this guy. She made him, yes, and it's available on her Etsy. And so you should go and, get one of these amazing yellow worms, all hand crafted and haired, and it's amazing. Yes, but we're not doing Elo today. Today we are starting out with Toby. And I was supposed to do this one. I volunteered to do a couple of the Labyrinth soaps, and then life happened and I just couldn't fit it in. And so she ended up tackling all of them all by herself. So for this next soap series, you're going to see nothing but Georgia May and her artistry. And Toby is Toby. You remind me of the babe. That babe. So let's go to the video and we will talk about that babe and her design and ooh and ah over it, because it's going to be awesome. Okay, so we are doing Toby today, and wait, am I even recording? Is the audio working? Oh yeah, no, there it is. Okay, cool. We're good. We're so good. Awesome. One of the worst things about moving into new software for the video editing is that I don't know where anything is, and I'm using Final Cut Pro right now, and it took forever to find the record button, and that was not the case with iMovie, which I edited all of year 1 with, and it was great. And I ultimately found the record button to do a voiceover in the window tab, and I was on the phone with my brother at that point, irritated because I couldn't find it. And I'm like, oh, okay, no, I looked it up, I found it, it's fine. And he just laughs at me because I'm like, why would it be in the window tab? And he's like, because it opens a new window. Right, that makes sense. Cool, thanks. But yes, we are doing the Toby bar today. We are recording. Everything is working. That is great. And I love the design for this. Now, the Soaprentice, well, and myself, really, when we start tackling a new project, like a soap series, we draw everything out and we sketch it out. And then we start thinking about scents and colors and the why with all of it. And this soap series was obviously no exception. And so when I saw her design for the Toby bar, I thought, that is super cute. I love that. That's such a good idea. So what she's going to be doing is layers with the red and the white, and then she will be inserting kind of in the middle of the bar an orb made out of clear melt and pour to be like the orb, right? The little crystal ball, you know, labyrinth. It's what does Bowie say? It's just a crystal, nothing more, nothing less, or something? Yeah, that. The Soaprentice is going to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments because she stands Labyrinth so hard. And that's amazing. And so I'm super excited to see what she does in this soapy journey with all of the bars that she created for this, you know, soap series. So Labyrinth, she loves. And I mean, I love it too. It's kind of weird that she's so into it because it's like she's way younger than me, but I guess it's a cult classic and it will always have a following, right? Because Labyrinth is amazing. Okay, now for this pour, again, she is doing layers throughout the entire thing, alternating the red and the white to mimic Toby's pajamas. And for the scent that she's using, this is Cierra Candles. We are doing Cierra Candles for essentially the next month. We picked up, I want to say 20 new scents from them. And I've never worked with Cierra Candles before, I don't think. If I have, it's only been like 1 or 2 scents that I've picked up from them. And I think it was probably more of they're local to Washington State, and I need this right away, so I'm going to, you know, try them. So I haven't worked with them a lot, but they are, again, here in Washington State, and the scent that she is using is 1,000 Wishes, which is a Bath & Body Works dupe, and I'm interested to learn why she decided to go with 1,000 Wishes for this particular pour. The notes on the fragrance says top notes of sparkling champagne, middle notes of pink prosecco and peonies, and bottom notes of plum blossom and amber. The vanillin content is 0.6%, and the soaping notes say it soaps beautifully, no acceleration, ricing, or discoloration, which is good to know. All good things to have in your soaping notes on your website if you're going to be trying to target the soap making audience. So, you know, that's great. I am interested to see, I'm thinking maybe she thought that this might kind of smell a little bit like baby powder, maybe. And Toby's a baby. Or maybe wishes because Sarah's always wishing for things. That's what it is, isn't it? That's it. That's exactly what it is, right? I wish the Goblin King would come and take you away right now. Right? That's totally why she selected it. It's because of the name. Tell me I'm wrong. Seriously, Soaprentice, tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But I think that's totally why you selected it. Is that right? Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's it. So, yeah, as you can see with all of this, you just saw her put in the scent into some very thick soap batter, right? The reason for that is that the reason why it was so thick is because she was waiting for all of the layers to set up between. And this whole video was something around 45 minutes with unedited footage for the pour itself because she was waiting between layers. She wanted to make sure everything was nice and straight. But as you can see, when she put a little bit of the scent into the next section, it actually did loosen up pretty significantly. So for that, it's a good one to soap with. And I like that there's not, that there is soaping notes that like talk about the discoloration. for sure. You don't always get that when you are getting scents from a candle company first, you know? And with this one, you did. And I like that. And I don't remember if that's just the standard across the board. Some websites like Nature's Garden, that is the standard across the board. Anytime that you open up any fragrance that they have on their website, they 100% do give you soaping notes, or whether or not you can even use them in soap, because there are fragrances meant for candles and waxes that are not skin safe. And so Nature's Garden is really great about making sure that we know as soapers whether or not we can use them. And so it looks like 1, 2, 3. She did 3 layers, and now I'm going to assume she's also going to do 3 more over the top of this to make that, to really center that orb right there in the middle of the bar. So that's awesome. And yeah, Labyrinth, Toby, this is cool. I'm actually really, I'm loving that we're doing the Labyrinth, because it's such a crazy ass movie that I've loved my entire life, but it's still kind of scary, right? Like the whole Muppet thing, just in and of itself, was kind of a terrifying time in quote unquote children's movies. Was this ever meant to be a children's movie exactly? Because I don't know, we've talked about the codpiece that Bowie wore when the Soaprentice was doing the Jareth bar, and I don't know if this was ever actually intended to be a kids movie, but I watched the crap out of it when I was a kid, so I'm gonna go with yeah, totally. It was a kids movie. But Jim Henson and all of his Muppeteering just across the board was kind of a crazy thing to grow up with, right? Like there was Labyrinth, and there was, well, I mean, I guess the actual Muppets. I guess that's maybe where that started? Or did it start with Fraggle Rock? Oh, now I don't know. And when I was born, when I had first memory, well, actually, by the time like I had memories, all of these things already existed, right? Fraggle Rock, the Muppets, Labyrinth, that was just a thing that had always been. So I really don't know now. I'm really very confused. But point is, Jim Henson's Muppeteering and everything, that was really cool stuff, but also intentionally creepy. And I'm wondering, actually, I don't really need to wonder. I would be surprised if the Soaprentice did not do the Fire Gang in all of this, because she loves the Fire Gang. And I showed the Soap and Clay Kidlets the video, the music portion of the Fire Gang, like the one and only time that you really see them outside of like the end, screen of the movie. And they were terrified. And my kids play FNAF, and they were terrified of the Fire Gang. And I'm like, you know what? Fair point. That's actually terrifying. But the Soaprentice loves it. But, starting the whole series out with Toby, like, kind of makes sense, because the entire, like, progression of the story ultimately relies on Toby. He's not important, except he's wildly important. Or is he? Because Sarah is going on this journey to save a kid that she didn't really want to have around anyway. And she says this whole, I didn't mean it, I didn't whatever. But part of me has always wondered in that movie, was she going on because she was genuinely trying to save her baby brother? Or because she wanted to go on a quest? Because questing is fun. Like, I play video games, and like, primarily I play RPG video games, and so you're always questing. And so some random person in the middle of the road, as you're just out like looking for Nirnroot or whatever, says, hey, I need help. And you don't know that person, you're not super invested in their life, but it's a quest. And so, yes, I will quest to help you. Do you really actually care about this random person that's like, you know, someone stole my sweet roll? I don't think that was ever actually a quest in Skyrim, but it was definitely something that the guards said a lot. And I mean, not really. You don't really super care about this person, but it's a quest. And with quests come adventures and lessons learned and, you know, just fun in general. So I've always wondered with Cierra if she was actually doing this to save Toby or to go on a quest to find herself. Or just because she wanted to quest. Labyrinth is a very fascinating movie. Like, it really is. It's one of those things that you can have lots of long, drawn-out conversations about that ultimately mean nothing. It's like, well, it's like existentialism, really. Like, let's talk about all these cool ideas and thoughts and whatever, and then, you know, have to move on with our lives with no real answers to any of the questions that were posed. But, you know, Toby is part of the story, and I guess his kidnapping, God, that's dark, really was what started Cierra's quest in the first place. So for that, glad we're starting the series out with Toby. Now, this will be put into the oven for C-pop and gel. Even though there is a melt and pour embed inside, it should survive the oven, no problems. And, you know, we can cut it, well, in the next slide, but, you know, 12 hours later in real time. Okay, and on to the cut. And I really love the red in this. I think she did a really good job blending her micas to get a really nice red for Toby's pajamas. And I'm super excited. Oh, she's excited too. I love her hand mannerisms. They're always so great. I don't know if she liked it. What was that? What was that? I think that's adorable. Are you not happy? I think that is so cute. Oh, she doesn't like that it dipped down. Okay. Okay. Fair point. Okay. So that's what she's saying here. You know what? We are our own worst critics in life. We are always going to look at our work and go, oh no, it's not fun or whatever. But I think that this all looks great. I think that that's perfect. And also the pajamas are literal, like pajamas are fabric and fabric moves and it's not ever in a straight line. So that could be, you know, Toby sitting and the orb resting on his fat toddler belly. That totally works. I think that's adorable. Yes, she should be very proud of herself for that one. I love anything that's red and white and not, you know, peppermint scented too. So see, she's looking at the sides and she's upset that the lines were not straight. I think you're being too hard on yourself. Also, yeah, there's a little bit of discoloration there. That's interesting. I think you're being way too hard on yourself with your little hand mannerisms there, Soaprentice. I think that was an amazing start to the Labyrinth soap series, and the scent is actually, it stuck really well. It's a very strong scent after saponification. We got some nice florals in there. We got, actually it does have a little bit of a baby powder dry down on it, but you know, really perfect. That's day 12, Toby. And there it is, the Toby soap, and yeah, awesome. So beautiful, so perfect. I love how she put like the orb, because he was carrying it, holding it with the, yeah, totally. Love how she inserted that into the Toby bar for sure. Now, the scent blend, it's also delightful. She spent so much time. Actually, this was her first time on the like fragrance company pages or whatever. And so she got to do the deep dive that soapers do. Like we just look through all of it and the notes and the descriptions and the soaping notes and all of the jazz for this one. And she got to pick them all for the Labyrinth line. And so that's exciting. Now this one was from Cierra Candles. And you know, so far so good. It's soaped really well. It stuck really well after saponification. And so awesome. We're in love with that for sure. If you are interested in purchasing the Toby soap, you can get it as soon as all of the Labyrinth videos are released. And then we will drop all of the soaps on that day, available individually or also as a gift set. Yes, you can go check out soapandplay.com for other things that you might want to get in the meantime though, and that's cool too. If you are interested in seeing what else we do for the Labyrinth series, subscribe to the channel. Click that button. For those of you who have clicked that button, hey, you get to be part of the Labyrinth series, and that's exciting because it's Labyrinth and Bowie and Toby and Hoggle and Doors, and I'm not going to show it every video, I promise. I really won't, but you know, it was the kickoff, so we had to do the things. Thank you so much for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I appreciate you all, as always. I'm out of here for today. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.